So for those of you folks who have seen some of those amazing photos, the ones that are taken on top of skyscrapers and from buildings or outside of helicopters, you might know them to be from quite a famous photographer, Jayscale. Well, you're in luck because joining me in studio today, we have an interview with Jamal Berger, who is Jayscale. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So this is really exciting to have you here. So one of the reasons why you're in the studio with us today is because you actually partnered up with the folks at LG with their brand new camera that they've come out with, the LG G4. So you've taken this thing out to shoot some amazing photos. Before we get there, can you just tell me a little bit about yourself, maybe for the folks who haven't seen these photos, what inspired you to get into this type of photography and climb these insane buildings and take these crazy photographs?
I just decided to go outside and take some photos when it all started, and it was actually with a mobile device.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, so I feel like the mobile device is a great stepping stone and a great starting point if you are interested in photography, just to kind of develop composition and practice angles and develop your own style just in general. From there, just getting positive feedback, having that resonate with me and making me believe that if I was to take the next step and to purchase a camera, that I could potentially be successful with that.
So the folks at LG, they hooked you up with the G4, their newest phone out there today. You've hit 3 cities, so Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver, and so all 3 of those, you've taken some amazing photos. Tell us a little bit about some of the photos in each city.
So with Vancouver, the thing I love about Vancouver is the landscape and the nature and the beauty of it, and getting to use the features of this phone. Like when we were in the helicopter, it was going so fast, and in order to capture the photo, like I needed that fast shutter speed. Because it goes up to 1/6000th of a second, that really helped me out in that scenario. Montreal, we got to visit the iconic spots in old Montreal, revisiting architecture, highlighting that, and then in Toronto, just doing what I'm comfortable with in terms of urban exploration and getting permission and putting the time and effort into finding these key vantage points that'll provide some amazing perspectives on the city. And it's so cool because at the end of all of it, LG took some of my favorite photos from the campaign. Yeah. And because it is a 16 megapixel camera, you're able to blow these images up larger than you normally would on the traditional smartphone. Sure. And yeah, they're being auctioned off with Make-A-Wish Canada at lggg4auction.com.
So anybody can go and check that out?
Yeah, it's actually live right now on the website I just mentioned. And it's unbelievable to me because I didn't think my photography would have an impact in that sense.
Well, that's an awesome story. And so are you going to continue to take photos on the mobile device as well as your standard gear?
When you don't want to carry around that 10-pound camera with all the lenses, you have this phone on you and it's not even a hassle. And that's the coolest part for me. And it's kind of a reminder to anyone who looks at my photography and they're wondering how did he get here. It does require practice, and it does require developing a style of your own. If you want to get recognition for what you're doing, you have to be unique and you can't kind of imitate. And I feel like with a DSLR, you're somewhat restricted at first, is because you are looking through a peephole, and there's only so much manipulating you can do. When you have the phone, you can put it down, you can lift it up. Yeah. And when you're doing that, you subconsciously develop your own style.
Yeah. Thanks for coming in to talk to us today. Great story.
Thank you for having me.
That is Jamal Berger, otherwise known as Jayscale. And if you haven't seen some of these photos today, you're going to want to go to his social sites and check them out. Amazing photography. You've got to see some of it here. And don't forget, if you want to check out that auction that's going on, it's the G4 auction. It's very cool. Photos from Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal. If you want to check that out, you could own one of those.